Welcome back to our series on why project managers would want to encourage functional conflict. So far, we've covered two benefits of functional conflict: team engagement and innovation. And today we're going to talk about a third benefit. Functional conflict allows us to identify high conflict so that we can address it before it explodes into something bigger.
So when we're considering high conflict, what we're really looking at is we're looking at situations and disputes that are characterized by periods of intense emotion. They are defined by escalating negativity and a lack of constructive problem solving. One of the best ways to come to understand high conflict is to understand its opposite, which is high alignment. In high alignment, we take the team's goal and we take the inspiration to succeed and we use those intense emotions and we understand that data and constructive feedback are all part of the things that will align us to get further faster in the project. And alignment is so important because even a few degrees off on alignment can have a very, very significant impact. And so I often like to think about two ships that are sitting beside each other in the ocean. If you're only 2 degrees off and you start sailing two ships, that's not going to matter in the short term. But if I sail them for a month or 2 months, now they're going to be an ocean away from each other.
Teams can often be out of alignment, and that's not surprising because teams are made up of humans who all have a diversity of experience and perspectives. And so they will interpret information in their own way, which can lead to some intense emotions that others may not understand. So, for us to get back into alignment, it's important for us to ask, what do you see that I don't see? And on top of that, we want to make sure that we are applying positive intent and positive regard to our peers when we're having these conversations so that they can open up and the conversation can go deeper. This will allow us to really identify areas where we're having high conflict.
Yes, there's a couple of different areas in which we could have high conflict in projects. We could have high conflict situations. Situations are things that are happening in the world that are going to create a negative viewpoint on the team where they are not being constructive but tearing each other down. We could have high conflict personalities or members of our team who are displaying traits that are negative and or creating a toxic space for the other team members such that it makes it difficult to resolve situations with the ongoing toxicity. We can also take that toxicity into environments where it's not the individuals or the situations, but the overall environment is in fact the toxic piece in and of itself. Now, in order to address these, we need to look at, again, what are the aligned situations, personalities, and environments. And to do that, you need to have conversations that are going to go very deep in the workplace. When people feel comfortable to speak their truth, they will be able to have a certain amount of radical candor that allows them to share both the difficult truths they need to share and their care for their team members and the importance of their team members' feelings. Functional conflict can help us have these fierce conversations with radical candor and can allow us to create a better overall voice for all members on the team.
So I hope everyone has gotten to the point where they are willing to face functional conflict in their teams because of the benefits of team engagement, innovation, and identifying high conflict before it explodes. I hope you will join us in our next video where we talk about how project managers can support functional conflict.